Hello and welcome to News 9 and the big story that we're tracking this hour. It is 18 hours since little Akshata fell into the borewell. The 4-year-old girl fell into the borewell when she was chased by a dog. It is speculated that the borewell is around 40 feet deep. The district administration has swung into action soon after learning about the situation. The rescue team, including personnel from the National Disaster Relief Force, are at the spot. The rescue team has in fact dug a parallel pitch to the borewell and are trying to reach the girl through a parallel tunnel. However, rescue workers are facing the problem of big boulders being found along the loose soil. Stone cutters have to be deployed to break the boulders so that they can be removed. This is taking time to get to the full depth where the girl is stuck. Robotics expert Manikantan has also been roped in to get the child out of the borewell. Manikantan is being flown into Bengaluru and then to Bijapur in a helicopter. There is a medical team that is on standby to meet the emergency. Once the child is removed from the borewell, there is continuous supply of oxygen through a tube into the borewell as well. And what we also understand is that it has started raining in Bijapur at the location where the rescue operations are being carried out, and there we can see a cover of sorts are being placed on top of the pit where the little girl has fallen in. What is even more dreadful is the fact that 4-year-old Akshata has fallen in heads down. In fact, she has fallen in head first. This has increased the chances of injuries or decreased the chances of her survival. It has been close to 18 hours since she has been stuck inside. 18 and a half hours, in fact, since little Akshata fell inside this 40 feet deep pit, and making rescue operations even tougher is the fact that the weather is not really complying with them. It might start raining, as it has already started drizzling from the location is what we understand, and if it starts raining heavily, then it could be a complete mess, as the entire region has been dug up. A parallel pit is being dug up even as we speak to reach Akshata through a horizontal path once they reach the 35 feet depth. This is the borewell through which Akshata fell in, but she fell head first. She has not been crying, but a camera that was pushed down the borewell has caught the movement of her hand, is what we understand. But this is several hours back, after which there has been no status of her health. Oxygen is being provided to the little girl artificially, and also Manikantan, who is a robotics expert, who in the previous incident had used the robotics technology to rescue a child in a similar situation. He has been roped in, but he is yet to reach the spot. Well, police officials have all arrived to control the situation there, and inconsolable family members as well, begging and pleading police officials to allow, to help them save their little girl. 4-year-old Akshata had been running away from a dog that was chasing her, and that's when she accidentally fell into this particular pit that had been dug up but was left open and abandoned. Time and again we have seen such incidents come to light, whether it is the case of Prince in Haryana, whether it is the case of another child in Bijapur itself a couple of years back. The National Disaster Relief Force officials have also arrived and they are carrying out rescue work, but it has started drizzling already. And if it continues raining, maybe the situation could worsen, considering that it will all turn into one big mess, and they will have to desperately try and save Akshata from facing the wrath of nature. But here she is for the past 18 and a half hours, stuck inside an abandoned borewell, It is a very, very narrow borewell, as we can see on our television screens. There is not much space for the little girl as well. And she has fallen in head first, making things all the more worse. Quite a pitiable incident that we are reporting at the moment. And this is not the first of its kind. In previous instances as well, we have seen little children who are unattended being stuck in such abandoned borewells. There is a lot of hype surrounding it. The media reports it. But at the end of the day, there are more and more children falling prey to such a tragedy with no relief in sight. Let's listen into what the inconsolable mother of this child had to say.
ನಿನ್ನ ಘಟನೆ ನಡೆಯೋ ತಾವೆಲ್ಲಿದ್ರಿ ಅಮ್ಮ? ತಮಗೆ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಎಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು? ಏನು
ನಮಗೆ ಬೀಳತ್ತು ಹೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಯದ. ನಮಗೆ ಹಂಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಒಂದು ಸಂಘಟನೆ ನೋಡಿ ಬಂದು ಹೋದ್ರಿ ಹೇಳ್ದಲ್ರಿ. ನಾವು ಹಂಗೆ ಬರೋಟ್ನಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಚಪ್ಪಲ್ ಒಳಗ್ರಿ, ಒಂದು ಚಪ್ಪಲ್ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಳಗೆ ಆಗ್ಯಾಳ್ರಿ ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳು.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ತಕ್ಷಣಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರು ಕರೆ ಮಾಡಿರಿ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾರು ಬಂದ್ರು? ತಕ್ಷಣ ಕಾರ್ಯಾಚರಣೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರ? ಏನಾಯ್ತು?
ಹ್ಞೂನ್ರಿ, ಹಂಗೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ. ಹಂಗೆ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಫೋನ್ ಅಪ್ಪಿನ ಹಚ್ಚದೇವಲ್ರಿ, ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಹಚ್ಚದ್ರಿ.
Well, that was the mother of 4-year-old Akshita, who went on to state that her daughter was only playing around, and that's when she fell into the borewell, now requesting the officials and the authorities to do all they can to rescue their little girl. Let's also listen into the doctor on site, what he had to say regarding Akshita's health condition.
ಬೇಬಿ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ಮೇನ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಲಂಗ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನು ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ರೇಟು ಮತ್ತು ಇದು ನೋಡಬೇಕು. ಲಂಗ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಇದು ಅಂಬು ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಮರ್ಜೆನ್ಸಿ ಕಿಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ. ಇಟಿ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಇಂಕ್ಯುಬೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮುಂದೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಿಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ, ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಇದೆ. ಅಂಬು ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು ನಾವು. ಇಲ್ಲ, ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ನಾನು ಪಿಡಿಯಾಟ್ರಿಷಿಯನು ಮತ್ತು DS ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ಜನ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಇವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಬೇಬಿ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಏನು ಎಮರ್ಜೆನ್ಸಿ ಏನಿದೆಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಇದು ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ಟೆಬಿಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು.
Well, in fact, prayers coming in from all quarters for Akshita and her rescue there. Students in Yadgir as well as in Bijapur being made to pray by their schools and teachers for the rescue of Akshita. Akshita has been stuck there for the last over 18 hours, and prayers, special prayers even being offered. In various temples in Bijapur, local residents heading to the temples seeking divine intervention in this tragic case. The 4-year-old child fell into the borewell accidentally after she was being chased by a dog. There is no sound of her crying. There is a great possibility that she could be unconscious. The fact that she fell head first puts her in grave danger. There is not enough space for her to move, and for her body's entire weight to fall on her head for over 18 hours is certainly not good news. Many praying for the speedy recovery of little Akshita, the speedy rescue rather of little Akshita, even as the officials are busy digging a parallel pit to reach her. In fact, in 2007 there was one little Sandeep who had fallen into a borewell in similar fashion. In 2012, in fact, G. Harshan was pulled out of a borewell after a 6-hour struggle in Tirunelveli district. The boy fell into a 400-foot borewell in Kutalaperi village near Sankaran Coil. He was stuck in a depth of almost 17 feet. Well, now we have 4-year-old Akshita who is stuck in the borewell for the last 17.5 hours. In 2007, in fact, 8-year-old Sandeep fell into an abandoned borewell in Raichur district of North Karnataka. Rescue operations by the local administration and army had failed. The boy's body was found after 60 hours of searching. He fell into the 36-foot abandoned borewell at Neermanvi village. While one was a success story and one wasn't, one is sure hoping that Akshata's story will be a story of success, that Akshata will be pulled out safely from this deep pit that she has fallen into. It is said that she is stuck somewhere at the 38 feet depth, although the entire pit is just a mere 40 feet deep. She's fallen head first, which makes it all the more difficult for her to endure such a tough phase. We'll slip into a short break now, but stay tuned. Well, it has been over 17 hours since Akshata, little Akshata, 4-year-old girl, has fallen into a narrow borewell pit in Bijapur. Even as family members are begging and pleading the officials to rescue the little girl, so far there has been no success. It was reported a while back that when a camera was lowered into the pit, they had recorded Akshata's hand movement, giving a signal that she is alive, and there is still a possibility of rescuing her. It has been over 18 hours. Oxygen is being provided to Akshata artificially, but what makes things difficult is the fact that she has fallen head first. Well, both the parents were engaged at work at the time of the incident is what is being said. Akshata, whose parents are labourers, was playing when the incident occurred in the farm where they live. The 4-year-old girl fell into a dry borewell at a farm in Nagatana village in Bijapur district. This was late last evening. And this is not the first time that we have seen such incidents come to light. Instances of children falling into open borewells have been making headlines quite a few times, but very little has been done to ensure their safety. Let's listen to what one of the rescue personnel had to say in this regard.
ಏನಾರ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದ ಏರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ಗಳಿದೆ, ಏರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ BS ಹಾಕಿ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ಲಿಂದ ಅದನ್ನು ಪುಷ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಮಗುನ ಹೊರಗೆ ಸುರಕ್ಷಿತವಾಗಿ ತರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಡಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಏನಾರ ಇನ್ನು ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ವಿಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಎಮರ್ಜೆನ್ಸಿ ಎಕ್ವಿಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಹೈಡ್ರಾಲಿಕ್ ಜಾಕ್ಗಳಿದೆ, ಹೈಡ್ರಾಲಿಕ್ ಕಟರ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ಏನಾರ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಬಿದ್ದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಸಹ ನಾವು ಉಪಯೋಗ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೂ ಸನ್ನದ್ಧರಾಗಿ ಅವರ ರೆಡಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈಗ ಮಗು ಬದುಕಿದ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಂತ ನಾವು ಅನ್ಕೋತೀವಿ. ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮತೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಮಗು ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ಏನಾರ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಣಕ್ಕೆ ಅಪಾಯ ಆಗಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತೂ ಏನು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಆ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ನೋಡಿದಾಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಮಗುನ ತರಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಆ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಾಗೇ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡಬಹುದಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಇನ್ನ ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡದೆ ನಾವು ಏನು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ.
Well, let's also listen to what the DG of Fire Services, Om Prakash, had to say. We spoke to him just a while back.
But the rescue operation is going on. Because of the hard rock inside, the digging was a little slow. Our people are there. NDRF people, the team has already reached there from Pune. And one person from Madurai is also on the way. Who has got some sort of machine with a robot to reach the spot. He's also on the way. But our people have told me just now that they have to reach another 8 to 10 feet. And then they will start the horizontal digging for around 10 feet to reach the main hole. And the district administration is already there on the spot. My chief fire officer from Hubli, who reached there within 45 minutes of the incident because he happened to be in Bijapur yesterday. And our team reached first there and they started the work. Hope that everything will be all right. No, the district DHO and his team, they are there on the spot and they are